in a quiet forest village, brimming with life. Every animal had a purpose, a role that defined their place in the community. The bears, with their immense strength, were the builders, raising homes from the forest floor. The clever foxes managed the trade, their stalls bustling with goods and chatter. And the wise owls, perched high above, were the keepers of order, their rules ensuring peace and harmony. Everyone had a part to play, everyone mattered. Everyone, that is, except for a tiny rabbit named Pip. He was the smallest animal in the village, often lost in the shadows of the towering bears and graceful deer. Pip yearned to contribute, to feel the pride of a job well done. He would try to help, carrying twigs for the builders or fallen leaves for the traders, but his efforts were always overlooked. The other animals, though not unkind, simply didn't see him. They saw just a rabbit, too small to make a difference. At the village council meetings, his quiet voice was lost in the crowd. "You're too small," the bigger animals would say gently. "Too quiet, too fragile. This work isn't for you." Their words, meant to protect him, felt like a cage. Pip would look down at his paws, a heavy feeling settling in his chest. He felt invisible, his desire to help dismissed because of his size. He started to believe it himself. Maybe they were right. Maybe he was useless. Then, one night, the sky turned a menacing shade of gray. A fierce storm descended upon the forest, lashing the trees with wind and rain. The gentle river that flowed through the village swelled into a raging torrent, its waters rising at an alarming rate. Panic spread like wildfire. The bears tried to build barriers, but the water was too strong. The foxes scrambled to save their goods, and the owls hooted warnings that were swallowed by the wind. The village was on the brink of disaster. While the larger animals focused on the overwhelming flood in front of them, Pip, being so close to the ground, noticed something else entirely. He saw tiny cracks forming in the earth, small rivulets of water disappearing into hidden tunnels beneath the village, tunnels no one else knew existed. He realized the flood wasn't just coming from the river, it was rising from below. His small eyes, often a source of insecurity, had just spotted a detail that could save them all. In that moment, everything changed. Pip darted through the chaos, his small size now his greatest asset. He guided the other animals, showing them where to dig, leading them to the narrow, hidden paths only he could navigate. He zipped through the underground tunnels, clearing blockages and creating new channels to divert the rising water away from their homes. The very thing that made him feel small and insignificant was now the key to their survival. As the sun rose the next morning, it cast a warm golden light over a village that was battered but safe. The floodwaters had receded. The animals, weary and soaked, gathered in the village square. But this time, they weren't looking past the little rabbit. They were looking at him, their eyes filled with a newfound respect and admiration. That day, they all learned a profound lesson. Being small doesn't mean you're weak, and being quiet doesn't mean you have nothing to say. Sometimes, the smallest voice can have the biggest impact. The little rabbit was no longer just a rabbit, he was their hero. If this story touched your heart, please consider subscribing.